What's going on, chat? Hello, hello, hello. We here. Hey, it's been a long 2 weeks. It's crazy because I recorded episodes, but I recorded it in order to be able to edit it at a later time. I recorded two, 3 episodes. Three episodes. One of the episodes with a guest, but none of those episodes are released. They're actually posted on YouTube um, for private. And some of them I edited, a couple of them I edited, did some quick edits, nothing too major. But I wanted to come to you live to make sure that I got a different little setup, as you can see. Got Brady in the back, got CD in the back, got some different things. And still working on the setup, getting everything just the way I need it. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Respect the Hustle podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Send this link to 3 of your best friends. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you're just tuning in, shout out to all the hustlers out there. If you're just tapping in with us, go back, watch some previous videos of ours. It's been about 2 weeks, chat. I missed y'all. How y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? We got a lot to get to, chat. It's been so much going on, and I've been doing so much, but so much stuff is happening that I have to be able to come on tonight because my phone is still going off with just updates on just different things and a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight. But I wanted to come to y'all live. I didn't want to record and then have to edit and do none of that. So let me see, chat. Let's respect the hustle. Actually, let me go on my phone. Okay. All right. So once again, somewhat. Let's start off with what I with what. Let's start off with what got me right now. So much, so much. It's so much, y'all. So much. Bill Belichick. Okay, he was my head coach for the Patriots for 20 years. Had an interview today with the North Carolina Tar Heels football team. It came to my phone initially asking, what do I think about this? The person that asked me that, don't ask me no questions like this. So, to ask me this question, first and foremost, outside the fact that these questions never get asked to me, it's from this person. I have to actually think about it. Now, their previous coach was he was 73 years old. Mack Brown. There we go. Mack Brown, former UT coach. Belichick ain't from the same tree, so I don't want to say that. But their era when Mack Brown is, got Vince Young, and they doing what they doing in the Rose Bowl and everything they did in the 2000s. Belichick is doing what he's doing up north, and the landscape has changed from 20 years ago. We know that. This is not 2004 anymore. This is not. Now I don't know what. Let's see. I don't know what. Let's see. Um. I don't know what. It looks like that's a good game right there. The Packers and the Lions. Um. I don't know what. Where their rankings was, anything like that. UNC. Okay, they were 6-6, 3-5. Ended the season on a 2-game losing streak. They're in the ACC. We know SMU was balling this year. Miami balling. So this is the competition. Clemson was 7-1 in the conference. And while they finished 3-5 in the conference, this is the competition they will have. Let's see what their schedule look like. So they were 6-6, finished 10th. You see, it's already all over the place. Let's see what their schedule is. So they started on a 3-game winning streak. Had a good win against Minnesota. That was a good win. Played against Charlotte and North Carolina Central. I actually got one of my. He was the valedictorian in the high school I coached at a couple years ago, and he was in my health class. He's in my health class, and he's a defensive lineman up there. But blew them out. Then went on a 4-game losing streak. Lost to James Madison, which with a game 70-50 with nobody's defense. And then went on this streak of games right here. Won 3 games in October, November, early November. And then lost against Boston College and North Carolina State. Now, we know this is the year of, now this is the time of NILs. Will Belichick have what it takes to go out there and actively recruit? Because that's what you're doing. But honestly, I know Bill is he sticks to his guns. He goes for what he knows, which is a good motto to live by. But you got to get creative. Now I know Bill Belichick, if Tommy DeLonge walks into your living room, Bill Belichick walks into your living room, me personally, I'm going to listen to Bill, especially if I'm a defensive player. If I'm an offensive player, I do want to know the plan. I want to know, what are you going to do to help me get to that next level? Like, you see what Coach Prime is doing, how he gets his recruits and everything, but it's more so based on, this guy's done it. And I know Belichick coming into, my living room, talking with me and my parents, like, he has done it on the coaching level. And he's worked with some of the best. He's worked with the Randy Mosses. He's worked with the Tom Brady's. I see Carolina quarterback was a senior. Wasn't anything. He had 2,400 passing yards this year. Stats. Let's see. It wasn't nothing. They didn't do nothing just too crazy running the ball, or even stat wise. Look like running back. He's a junior. That really means nothing nowadays. He can be leaving. Um, got it led most weeks. He's a senior receiving, y'all. So I mean, he's gonna have to, it's gonna be a rebuilding year. It looks like. Um, so it's gonna be based on I mean, does he feel he'll rebuild the program? They said, looking at it, that let me see. Say he's open to listening to people at the college level. They fired Mac Brown after 6 years. Um, went 44-33. I mean, they're interviewing a lot of coaches. Um, I really think it's gonna be quick. If he do get it, I think that'll be a new challenge for him, though. I think that is something that I believe that Bill can use. Me personally, can't put an age on coaches. You can do it until you can do it. Um, we'll see. We'll see. But I wouldn't say that'll be a bad hire. I mean, anybody that gets Belichick the coach, I think that'll be a great hire. Um, yeah. Staying on this track, this topic about coaching, Eric Bieniemy has gotten replaced at UCLA from being their offensive coordinator. Now we know Bieniemy went from being offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, highly touted, getting interviewed every year for multiple jobs, not getting those jobs, to going to Washington, getting replaced at Washington um, as the OC, to going to the NCAA, now getting replaced there. So ask me what I think about it. I honestly think, looking back, now granted, I don't believe it's opportunities out there. People getting fired, people getting hired, obviously, all the time. Um, but I really think Bieniemy, his that first chance was the best chance. I think so much negativity came about for where he's so successful with the best current quarterback in the league. Um, he's a good system. I think him getting skipped over and not getting any head coaching jobs that first year when his name was, as a hot topic. I think they kind of scorned him, and I'm not saying him personally. I'm saying him as his business, his name, his entity. Um, so then I think it happened 2 more seasons. Another off season came. It was kind of like he's focused on the Chiefs, focused on this, focused on that. Didn't get offers, or if he did have interviews, it wasn't nothing that just came to fruition. So then to go into another season with the Chiefs, I believe that was off the Super Bowl. Went back, they took the Super Bowl and lost, or went to the conference championship and lost. Um, the third year, that's when he ended up moving around. I believe they lost that year. Either lost or won. Still to my mind. To then get the Washington opportunity, and that was Washington. And I know earlier in the year, if memory serves me correct, at a certain point, I know the numbers was okay. It wasn't just too drastically different, but it was a little bit of improvement just as the eye test. Um, I don't know I don't know because he ain't going to UCLA. In my opinion, I believe it was a great call for him initially, but I think at a certain point he had to gotta be the head coach because at a certain point I think they were their offense ranked 117th, not good at all by any means. Um, but also, did he have the horses at all of those stops? The same horses that he had at Kansas City. You know, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Travis Kelce, you had Tyreek Hill, you got other receivers. Um, so whether it was him or Andy Reid setting it up and getting it, getting it looking the way it looked, I guess you'll never know. But it's it's just crazy that, I mean, not necessarily, I wouldn't call it a fall from grace, but the optics of it is not being optical, if you know what I mean. Let's go. Since we transitioned to college. Let's go to college. Let's talk about college. We got championship week preview. Okay, let's go to some championship games that's going on. I believe starting this weekend. Let's see. Uh, I need championship. I need championship week. Let's see. All right, so this championship week preview, y'all. All right, so the SEC championship, we got Texas versus Georgia. I think Texas will win that game. Obviously, I haven't read none of this, y'all, but Texas will win that game in my opinion. I'm gonna say Texas versus Georgia. I said Texas takes that one 34-17. ACC championship sees I don't know what I'm talking about. Sees Clemson going against SMU. I haven't seen SMU this year. I seen some highlights a few months ago, but I really think they're just playing steps above and levels above everybody that they play against. Uh, I can see this being a runaway game for the SMU. Oregon and Penn State. Speaking of Oregon, okay, I give Oregon his win. Um, haven't watched them this year, but based off of last year and everything, for the few games that I did watch, I mean, it's the same old Oregon. Their linemen dominate both sides of the ball. They have the speed match with anybody. Um, they play against Penn State. It's going to be a good game. I would say it'd be closer than you just think, but I can see Oregon winning by at least 2 tuds. Um, Big 12 championship. Colorado missed their opportunity when they had when they played against Kansas, um, and allowed this to take place. Then you got Arizona State versus Iowa State. It's going to be a lackluster game. I really don't know or care who wins this game. Um, but I can see Arizona State taking it if I had to make a prediction. The Mountain West, you got Boise State going against UNLV. Boise State is going to give the ball to Genty 35, 45, 55 times. However many times they feel they need to get it to them to try to boost up people's minds. To help him get this Heisman Trophy. See, they played earlier this year already. So, kind of staying in NCAA, y'all. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let's take it back to Oregon, right? There. Wait. Let me see. What happened? What happened with them? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So they said in reference to Travis Hunter, snaps is not a snap. It's not a stat. Snaps is not a stat. This man has made it a stat. That's how amazing for the past 2 years he has been. Last year, prior to him getting injured against Colorado State, that we was talking about Heisman week 1. We know who he is. Whether his numbers, stat numbers, say who he is or not, to be the most electrifying player on the field is Heisman. Reggie Bush back in 2005. I remember being in my living room watching, I think it was CBS or something like that, and Reggie Bush, you get when number 5 got that ball from Matt Leinart or whoever was his quarterback at that time in front of him, you would think house call. You would see some jukes, you would see some left and rights, you would see some stop, start, just to start again, and 50-yard run. That was Heisman. There hasn't been nobody else. The Heisman I could sit here and hut 30, 40 times. 30, 40 times and give my running back 200, 300 yards. 200, 250 yards. I have there's however many carries, however many yards this man is rushing is not making me click that TV on. That's not Heisman. I've never been to a Colorado game. Never been. I got a Shedeur jersey, not a Travis Hunter jersey. I've had a Travis Hunter jersey. And just to get to, once again, that ball's in the air and it's getting thrown to any direction of him. If he's on defense, you think it's going to be a pick. He's on offense. You're thinking touchdown. You're thinking amazing catch. That's Heisman, the most impactful player on the field. Done. That's Heisman. Only say nothing else. That's Heisman. The NBA Cup. No. Let's take it back. So speaking of Boise State, yeah, y'all, all of this stuff is linking together. Can y'all believe it? Speaking of Boise State, I think head coach said something crazy. Oh, like, my running back is the Heisman hands down because he's playing for a championship. Travis Hunter was so amazing and so Heisman, like y'all said, he wouldn't have lost 3 games. He got more things. He got more control over games more than anybody else because he plays on offense and defense. My man. If Travis Hunter played in a WAC, this is the MAC. The MAC, the WAC, whichever conference it is, man had 30, 50, like really, that's what we doing. It's crazy. All the negativity have been coming from everybody that's a Boise State fan. Boise State, that, like, come on. Everything I've seen, yeah, Travis branded himself the Heisman. Everything I've seen, they wished Jeanty luck. They wished, I think Shedeur even said the other day on his podcast, Too Legendary, they wish everybody can win, but we know that can't happen. tell Travis said in the past, yeah, he get 30 carries. If what would my numbers be if I had 30 targets? I don't. That's not disrespectful. But y'all are being disrespectful, and that's where I got a problem, man. So it's like stuff like that. I can't read. I can't support that stuff. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. Y'all just Coach Prime speaking of what his player believed. Heisman. I mean, there shouldn't be no question. You watch their bowl game, whichever bowl game they decide to go to. Just no question. No question. Asking all the questions. So now NBA Cup. Sorry, y'all, I got distracted. So NBA Cup tips off this week, right? So we will have, starting on I believe it's Tuesday, quarterfinals. You got so it's Tuesday and Wednesday. Bucks versus the Magic. Knicks versus Hawks. Thunder versus Mavericks. Rockets and Warriors. I can tell you now, the Rockets and Warriors, they're playing tonight. That's going to be a great game. I can honestly see it's going to be a great game. Golden State started off hot, on fire, unsuspectedly. At a certain point, was first in the certain point recently was first in the conference. The back door now they're like fourth, fifth. Oh no, not fourth, but they're like fifth, sixth in the about fourth, fifth in the conference. Um, I start thinking about defensive ratings. But yeah, they're about fourth, fifth in the conference. Tonight is going to help them. Rockets, also they're third. Oh no, Rockets propelled. I know Rockets propelled up, went up over them. Check the standings. Um, okay, yeah, it went down to fifth. But just as of recently as last week, and granted, some early still in the games, about 20, 21 games being played. Um, can't really. But they've lost 5 straight. That's the number. That's the number. So outside of Utah and Washington losing 16 straight, and Charlotte lost 7 straight. Like they're one of the teams that have lost a lot of games recently. Then that's what's got them in fifth. But that goes to show you they've lost 7 games, 5 games in a row, and they're still sitting in fifth place. So Rockets, they're a young team. Golden State, they get out there and they start doing what they want to do. That's gonna be anybody's game. They just can't make mistakes against that young Rockets team because they're gonna take advantage and propel themselves if they need to. But let's say Golden State take that one in the close game. What I do want to add in with that Golden State and just Golden State as a general, y'all, I've seen Draymond start to shoot more threes than I, and he more so looks like 15, 16 Draymond to me. And we know Draymond, one of my top, like he's my first, if not second, if not first favorite player to watch, and I would definitely say second, if anything, second favorite player to watch. He's trying to shoot that thing like crazy. Like let's go to stats. Let's go to stats. All right, let's see. I just need the overall stats. Taking a look at the last 5 games. I don't need to see that. I'm always on here, and I don't know why this sheet looks different. Probably because I'm on my phone a lot. But I don't know why this sheet looks different than the sheet I usually typically look at. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, so see, currently right now he's shooting his best percentage out of 19 games. He's shooting his best percentage he has thus far. Um, Last year wasn't too bad. Last year was at 39%, round up to 40, 39%. This year he's shooting 40%. Um, Once again, his best percentage shooting. 60% free throw shooting. Now this is what he kind of got to work on because he's sitting at 60% as a free throw shooter. Um, but I like their defensive movement though. Like that's like I want them to do what they need to do successfully in the league this year because, like, yeah, we know Steph Curry is Steph Curry and all of that, but like they need to win one without Clay. I want them to win one without Clay. And I like their defensive movement. Um, I love it. I love it. Right. So, Thunder Mavs, I give that. I mean, Thunder, they're nice, man. They're nice. I think they have one of the top four defensive efficiency ratings. Mavericks not too far behind, but that's gonna be a barn burner. I'll give it that one to OKC. Then you got the Bucks and Magic. I know Bucks they kind of turned it around more so recently. Um, so I'm gonna give that one to them. I haven't watched a lot of Orlando, but I know their defensive ratings have not been well. I looked at that just earlier today. Then you got Knicks and the Hawks, and I give the Knicks that lead. You know, Cat has started playing uh, like a baller, so we're gonna more so see where it goes from here. Man, I see that's crazy. 2-18 at home. Washington 16 in a row, man. It's crazy work. Sorry, y'all know I get question that came up. Is the most exciting play in basketball now ruining the game? You can submit your questions to at Jesus can't talk at Respect the Hustle Pod on Instagram. You can leave a comment below. I can answer them. But is the most exciting play in basketball right now ruining the game? The 3 point. Um, when I wouldn't say it ruined the game. It did expand the game. Now there has been a lot of people that watch women's basketball say, "Oh, they're missing layups and missing layups, missing layups." We're not talking about the missed threes that NBA is doing, and so I would say it's ruining the game. It has expanded the game. You gotta understand now it's kind of like some people can go play positionless basketball in a way, and can shoot lights out positions 1 through 5. Uh, Makes people guard a little bit more, but it also kind of ends up into a 3 point chucking contest. So I wouldn't say it's ruining the game, but what I will say the game has changed. Ratings wise, I don't think people are turning off because of threes. If anything, people want to watch. It's every night it's a 3 point contest. You you shoot the three okay enough. You get to you limit your turnovers and everything, but put yourself in a position to stay close and hit some few threes when you can. Looks to be a winning formula. Not necessarily playoffs, but during regular season. Um, I know when I first started coaching, I was used to tell my players, "Hey, it's a low percentage shot. You don't necessarily, have to take the shot. I'd rather take an easy two than a three that I can make. I'd rather take a shot that I will make." Um, it's not. But then having the people and just realizing that's what the game is and that's where the game is going, and I'm training people and they're not even setting themselves up. The first thing they're going to is the 3-point shot. Um, we got to make them fall back in love with the fundamentals. So I stopped necessarily, I know towards the later years of my coaching, I stopped necessarily chasing the fundamental aspect of it, but I started just chasing them, getting into a consistent routine and learning themselves. So you're going to sit there and take 53s. Let's take 50 mid-range shots as well. Mid-range shots. Let's do 50 finishes at the rim. Um, just little things like that. Another question: is Katy High the same dynasty they once were, and will they ever win another state championship? Okay, I can't say they won't win a state championship. I can't say what 50 years, 10 years look from now. We know games change. We know classifications change. We know all of that. I know Katy goes big school. It's hard to win nowadays because you got North Shore in there, because you have Duncanville, which I believe they're big school 6A. You got a lot of teams that have grown, that have gotten better, and North Shore and Katy have classics every year. Let's see if we can find the video. Man, I don't need that. I don't need that much data. I don't need that much. Hold on. All right, that's a little bit closer. All right, so let's see. All right, let's see.
Hourly Amazon employees earn an average of more than.
All right, so just some highlights. Don't forget they have one of the top receivers in the game right now. North Shore does. That's looking like they're going. That they're just signed on National Signing Day, early signing day, going to Colorado. Cornell X, I believe his son. House call. Okay. Good return. So about the 17-yard line. Bubble screen. House call. Right. Shotgun quarterback read. Nice pull. Opposite side, this time he hands it off. Running back. Took it down to about the 8-yard line. 10-yard line. Quick pass, bubble screen. Receiver makes it in. See, it's just when Katy plays these, seems like some teams like Gary Joseph, legendary coach, he has his ways. He's stuck in his ways in regards to, and I'm not saying stuck in his ways in a disrespectful manner, but he has certain defensive principles that he lives by, just as a head coach. He's a defensive coach, but it's more so those, like it's some principles that you just can't stop with certain defenses. like that play. That was a nice play. That was a nice play. I believe that's the young kid going to Colorado. That was a nice play. Can't even lie. Ooh, pick. Good read by the DB. Short's always had speed. I know Katy has always had difficulty playing against these teams. The Tascasitas, they gave Katy an early loss this year. The North Shores, which they, them and North Shore and the Tascasita got a barn burner. This is going to probably be the best game going on this weekend over any game, pro, college, anything, you name it. Okay, it's 21-14 right now. North Shore quarterback with all day to do it. The DB's kind of stuck with, kept him in a game and what so looks like. And that time they just got burnt. House call. Yeah, number 9 is one of X's son. It's going to Colorado. Katy's always going to have their running game. That was 28-21. Block from Katy. Them blocking schemes, man, looks crazy. They just turned the ball over with their run. It's like North Shore got the fake punt down the goal, but that one didn't work. Okay, he launches it off. Pick. Ooh, man. That guy's fast. Thirty-five, 21, 6 minutes to go. 6:30 to go. This drive is vital in order for them to kind of get the ball back, hand it off to the running back. House. I think their quarterback is coming back this year. Katy's. But the thing is, you just got some tough games against like Jordan. They're now a powerhouse in your district. I know Katy blew out Tompkins 35-3 this year, but Tompkins gets some athletes coming in through them doors nowadays, and it's a nil. I predicted this game to be won by North Shore by 3 touchdowns. It ended up being 2, but it just, rough. Yeah, let's see. Alright, so let's see. So to go over 6A, 6A D1 D2 and 5A D1 and D2. Some quick predictions. Let's take a look at these brackets. 6A D1. I'm gonna tell you where I'm going. Oh, jeez, I like the way this one looks. All right, let's take it back again. All right, 6A D1. Okay, I'm gonna give North Crowley's gonna take out Allen. North Crowley has that Gibson receiver that's also going to Colorado. Um, said North Crowley's gonna be a good game. North Crowley beats Allen by 3. They'll move on to face Duncanville, who's playing Bridgeland. Then you got North Shore Tascasita. There's gonna be a barn burn. I couldn't predict that if I tried, but let's say with the fact North Shore being here doing this before. They're going to take this one 30-28. 30-28. It's going to be a last possession type game. I give it to North Shore with that one. Similar to when they beat the Tascasita earlier this year, 27-23, game winning touchdown. And they'll move on to face Austin Westlake and Lake Travis. It's going to be a good one, but I'm going to give it to Westlake, taking that one by at least 1 touchdown. Yeah, I like that, the way I did that prediction. I think so. Then you got, I think Southlake has gotten past the little bug they've been on a little lately. I think they run into Denton Guyer yearly, and Denton Guyer sends them home, sends them to Cancun. I don't think they're going to Cancun this weekend. I think Southlake going to take this one and move on to face DeSoto after they knock out Longview. Then you got Summer Creek going to take out Kingwood. Summer Creek, they took out the strength of Jordan and made it past their defense last week. So I pretty much say Summer Creek is going to come out of Region 3, and then they're going to face Vandergrift, who's going to take out Harlan this week. Okay, let's go to 5A. Let's talk about a little 5A first before we move on. Anything below 5A, I'm not really gonna get to today. We just ain't gonna do it. Maybe next week when some of these teams go home, we'll touch base a little bit more about them. But you got Alito taking out Denton Ryan this weekend. I'm gonna give it to I haven't watched Highland Park this year, but based on their history, I'm gonna give it to them. To leave out Angleton, I'm going to say they're going to continue the roll this week, and they're going to face CC Flower Bluff next week, in my opinion. To move on to 5AD2. Argyle, it's looking like they're going to take that one. They're going to play against South Oak Cliff after South Oak Cliff knock out P&G. Richmond Randall, man. This game is going to be a good game. Randall has been surprising me. I did not see them making it this far. But they're playing against a good Iowa Colony team, and I can see them beating Iowa Colony within 10 points. And then you got Corpus Christi Miller going against Bourne, and they're going to take them out. My bad, chat. Just looking through, making sure we're going through everything we need to talk about today. because I don't want to leave no stone unturned. All right, let's see. Not that a lot. Not that a lot. Now, what I am going to kind of say is, no, we're going to come back. We're going to come back to it. We got to talk about the Patriots, yo. We got to talk about the Patriots and how am I feeling with the fact that it's looking like we're going to have us a number one draft pick this year. So we're going to have that update soon. I want to say tomorrow, but I know I got some things to do. But I definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. If you're watching this video at a later time, appreciate you for checking us out. Or if you're just joining us, this is Respect the Hustle podcast where we talk about everything. Talk about business, we talk about sports, we talking about everything. Whatever material you want, any questions you may have, make sure you shoot it below in the comments. You can follow us at Respect the Hustle Pod on IG. Subscribe. We have reached over 1,200 views. 1,200 views on all of our videos. We have more videos coming out. Some weeks I put out more than 4 different videos of content. Weeks like this week and last week, no content. But once again, it's still working behind the scenes, still getting some things put together. I thank you for supporting the channel. Shout out to all my hustlers out there. If you would like to come on the show and just talk about whatever hustle you got going on and everything you got going on in your life, don't be afraid to reach out. Y'all know what it is. It's Respect the Hustle Pod. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, put a thumbs up in the chat. Thank y'all for coming out. Peace.